You're listening to Mr. Credit on San Diego 1700 with local credit expert Derek Evans. Now, live in studio, Mr. Credit.
Welcome to Mr. Credit. It's Fun Friday. We are live and local here in San Diego, Sereno Valley to be exact, bringing you the most important hour in radio and telling you everything they don't want you to know. They, of course, being the government, the banks, the credit bureaus, the media, the Wall Street gangsters, anybody trying to get their grubby hands on your hard-earned money. Visit MrCreditRadio.com if you want to send me an email or do a Facebook search for Mr. Credit, and you will find me there. Now, I don't mind getting booted off the air because the Padres are playing a game, an early game, like yesterday happened. I do mind, however, if the Padres lose 8-0.
Wow, that is brutal.
Horrible game to watch. It's tough when your team doesn't score, and the other team seems to score at will. At least we didn't get swept. At least we won the second game in extra innings out there in Atlanta. We're going actually out to Pittsburgh tonight. Games at 4:05. You can catch all the Padres games right here on San Diego 1700, so save this station in your dial. 4 p.m. tonight against Pittsburgh right here. Okay, we still have a 3-game lead in the National League West over San Francisco. We're still in first place. Everything is good. It is still all good. After such a good run, we're going to have a game like yesterday. It's okay. I mean, I don't love it, but we got to put up with it. 162-game season is going to happen. So I predict the Padres come out on fire tonight. I think we're going to put up a big number, and I think we're going to win the game tonight. 4 o'clock right here, San Diego 1700, if you want to listen on the radio. Okay, today we're going to cover a myriad of things. Mortgage news. Really good news. Really good news, actually, in real estate, just in general, and I want to make sure I share that with you because, hey, yeah, I'm bringing you the truth, and right now the truth isn't necessarily always that good. Remember, this is a nonprofit show. This is for you. This is educational. This is so you can learn how to, do the right things with your money, how to do the right things with your credit, with the accounts that you have, with the money you're borrowing, and also to make sure that you understand what's really happening out there because the media doesn't get it wrong. They purposefully lie to you to get their agenda across. So we're actually going to be telling you the truth about what's going on in mortgages and real estate, and it's actually pretty darn good, especially here locally. We're also going to go through an interesting survey that asks, do Americans think the economy is recovering or not? I'm going to tell you exactly how many people do and how many people don't. How many employers are checking your credit? How many employers check credit? We've guessed on this number before, but now we actually have data. We know how many employers are checking credit. What does that mean? What can they check for? What do you need to be on the lookout for? We're going to go through all that. Also, debt collection has just gone absolutely nuts. Collecting debts in a recession, it's a booming business. These businesses are growing 20-25%. They're employing all sorts of illegal tactics. We're going to go through what the law states, what your protections actually are, what you can do to stop the debt collectors if they're harassing you. Make sure you understand what the rules are. Okay, we're also going to do a confessions of a debt collector story. So first, let's jump to, actually today I was having a conversation this morning, someone who I'm going to knock on wood, I'm going to say cross my fingers, who I hope is going to come on the show next week. Late next week from the Property Law Group here. They're actually in Carlsbad in San Diego County. And what they're helping people do is they're helping people actually sue the banks. They're actually helping people sue the banks who've had damages from bad loans. So if a bank gave you a loan, if they encouraged you to lie on your loan application, that's fraud on their part. It's a lot of these loans that people got where they didn't have to show any income and they were encouraged to write huge numbers on their income on loan applications so they could get approved when those numbers weren't true and the bank knew it, the loan officer knew it. I know that's happened, that's rampant. When the banks have been telling people you have to be late on your mortgage in order to get a short sale, in order to get a loan modification, or, we're not going to talk to you until you're late. Them actually telling you that, what I learned today, very interesting conversation. I really hope we can get these guys on the air because this is something that affects a lot of people, and it's really wrong. If the bank actually told you to miss your payments in order for them to work with you, for whatever reason, they encourage you to break your contract, and that's illegal. They can't do that. And there's damages there obviously involved. There's damage done to your credit score, which is a lingering financial issue and burden. And then there's also, of course, the issue of the mortgage that you have there. So really interesting stuff from the Property Law Group, and I really look forward to bringing them on the show. But let's jump to actually the positives here. We're having fun Friday. I'm going to make it fun today, I promise. Yahoo! Mortgage loan defaults drop to lowest level in 3 years. All right. Now this is in San Diego. This is not a national story. Okay? In San Diego, and this is going to reference California, but this is also true in San Diego. Mortgage loan defaults in California have plunged to their lowest level in 3 years as lenders try to work to keep troubled borrowers in their homes. Now, what actually happened in the county of San Diego, there is actually, in the second quarter of this year, 45% less foreclosures than there was last year during the second quarter. So if 45% less, I mean, that's half. That's a big deal.
Really?
That's a big deal. That really tells you, because it's the deceleration. Now, people are saying, yeah, but there's still people going late. What about these arms that are adjusting? Look, the number's not at zero yet, okay? But it's decreasing. So if the number of people defaulting is decreasing, then what happens? What happens is there's less fire sales. There's less banks trying to sell homes for pennies on the dollar so they can get them off the books, all right? Which means that property values will stabilize, okay? Property values stabilize. After a huge drop like this, that is when you buy. That's when you buy. And it's hard to get a clearer sign than that in any type of market that you're involved in. The cool thing about the real estate market is there's a ton of data. It doesn't move, throughout the course of a day. It moves throughout the course of months and years. Not even weeks, months and years. So you have plenty of time to see these things occur. And now, wow, big numbers there. Big numbers, 50% drop in foreclosures. That is a great sign. A fantastic sign. Then, in the same breath, interest rates plunge on Ben Bernanke's downbeat view. Remember, when the economy looks bad, interest rates go low. And that's why interest rates are so low right now. Because the markets, there's two different markets. There's the bond market for interest rates, for mortgages, and there's the stock market. And when money goes out of the stock market, it goes into the bond market typically. When those bond prices go higher, the mortgage rates go lower. So whenever you see a bad day in the stock market, that's typically a good day for mortgage rates. Typically, right? Now, because Bernanke came in and said, what did he say? The economy looked weaker. Hold on. Bernanke's comments before Congress sent stock prices plunging on Thursday, or as Treasury prices sharply higher. The Fed chief said the outlook for the U.S. economy was unusually uncertain. Unusually uncertain. Okie dokie. Well, it's always uncertain, isn't it? I mean, but he said it's unusually uncertain. So that is a little bit scary to hear him saying that. But at the same time, it's always uncertain. So, I don't understand unusually. Of course, we can't say what's going to happen in the future. We don't know whether things are going to get better or get a little bit worse. But I think all the major catastrophes are over, save the significant amount of taxes that are coming. There's no doubt this administration, which is on a legislative jihad right now, is going to implement at some point. And the Fed didn't play any immediate steps to try and stimulate economic activity. Of course, the dimmer forecast for the economy sent the yield on 10-year Treasury notes down. Remember, interest rates go down. So we had already a 60-year low in mortgage rates, 30-year fixed mortgage rates, and they went even lower because of Bernanke's not-so-good outlook. Okay, he didn't exactly come out and be real confident.
I'm Rick James.
He's kind of telling you that, I don't know. So when that happens, the rates went even lower. So we see that foreclosures have decelerated significantly. We see that interest rates are lower. I'm telling you, folks, you want a safe place to put your money right now, buy a home in San Diego. All right? Obviously, you need to work with a professional who can help make sure you buy the right home. All right, the only person I recommend that you call, Craig Sawing Group. He will make sure that you get lined up with an agent who has your goals in mind, who's a good fit for you, and he'll make sure you get locked in now. Get locked in now. I mean, very soon, before this goes away. 888-880-9500. Okay, 888-880-9500. Now, not just for the sake of buying a home, but a lot of people who are out there who have a little bit of money and they're worried about the stock market. They pulled it out. They're like, where should I put it? Buying a home makes a ton of sense, especially, like if somebody had $100,000, let's say, in stocks, they pulled it out, they got scared. Great move, get it out of there. Then let's say you're looking for a place to put it. You go and you buy an income property, you have a big down payment. Now you can cash flow that. That property should appreciate significantly over the next 10 to 15 years. Okay, and you get all of the deductions and so forth. So give Craig a call, find out more. 888-880-9500. Also, because we see these rates drop this low, because we see this, again, another reason, another catalyst to cause the rates to go